All right. Are we live, baby? It's your boy Jay.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Ashley Booker.
And I'm April.
Sister April's here.
Let's go.
Yes, in the house.
Buckle up.
Let's go.
Ready for the holidays. Cuffing season.
Woo, cuffing season.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's every season for us, you know.
Ooh. And
We locked up in cuffing season
Oh,
for
well,
the
you
rest
know.
of our life, right?
yeah, we cuffed.
Y'all all
we the opposite. We the conclusion of that cuffing season. We cuffed. First off, we live. This is our first live episode on Twitch. Let's go.
We're doing it.
Shout out, shout
I
out,
didn't even
shout
know
out.
about
Yeah,
Twitch
shout out to
till
Twitch.
today.
Yeah,
Big
shout out, shout out, shout out.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to anybody who is in the live feed. Much love.
Yes.
Yeah,
Much
please.
love.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see some people jump in. You know what I'm saying? Show some
Oh, they're
love.
going to hop in.
You know what I mean? But
They always do.
but we up. Do we got sounds this time?
Not right now. No.
Oh, dang! I thought we almost had
I'll
it.
be there.
Darren DeMarco.
Right.
In the break for the next segment.
Oh, that's right. My bad. We gonna have it. So for those of you who's probably joining, if you haven't joined, if you are joining, cool. Or you just listening to us on Apple.
We're on Spotify.
And we are on YouTube.
Yes,
All right. Yep.
All the things.
And now we on Twitch, baby.
Yeah.
So,
Now we're on Twitch. Shout out to Twitch.
so for those of you who are listening to us after the fact on Apple or Spotify, then know that you can may be able to check us next time live. We'll have to figure out if we want to go live each time, but just check around to our social medias and stay tuned, and you'll catch when we go on live. So just stay tuned for all that. All right, so we back at it. What we want to talk about today, yeah?
Oh, man. Did you guys hear about that lady? R.I.P. Rest in power for sure.
Okay.
But went to Mexico with her friends, and then they killed her.
Wait, what?
Who killed her?
Her friends.
Oh, my God.
Her
really?
friends, in quotes, you know?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, she went to Mexico and then her friends killed her?
Her friends killed her.
How many friends? Like they jumped
It was
her,
a bunch.
robbed her?
It was a bunch of them. Like I can't tell you how many exactly, but I know she went there. Was supposed to have a good time. She had talked to her mom. Was like, yeah, we about to, eat some tacos. Do the thing. And next thing you know, they jumped her. The girls were beating her up. She was like she was out of the shower or something. Started beating her down, and she wasn't fighting back. And they kept going. They broke her neck, broke her back.
Oh, they made friends, man.
What?
Just beat her down. And then the crazy part is that one of the friends, the dude, was recording it.
Whoa.
And then they
What?
left her there in Mexico, left her body there, and called her mom and said she had alcohol poisoning and died.
Dang.
Oh my gosh, that is
So
crazy.
it's all
Give them-
over.
The needle.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I mean, friends like that. I mean, what else do you need in your life?
I mean, that's not friends.
Yeah, that's
For
not
one,
That's not friends.
Crazy.
That's
Like, why would you
definitely not
even bring her there,
To do that, man.
But we were talking about something else earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
About
crazy.
women and like friends and
Yeah.
like, can women be friends
Ooh.
and do the big gang
Let's talk
up?
about that. No, let's talk about Kim.
Let's touch on all this.
Yeah, let's
Kind of unpack it all.
yeah, let's unpack it all.
Let's get off this murder.
Yeah, well
That's
look.
Well, we have to at
horrible,
least
dog.
touch base on it.
Yeah, well,
And the basis is this: is that
Okay.
clearly, I saw the video, and honestly, I don't recommend anybody watching it. It is very gruesome, and the thing is, to me, I personally believe that we live in an era, and I think it's a benchmark, and it's a teachable lesson, and teachable lesson in this. Obviously, what we're going to touch into, but also a teachable lesson in everybody wants to hold a fucking camera. Stop holding a camera and help somebody. If somebody needs help, help
Facts.
them. Why are we always want to catch like some like faces of death shit on camera?
Right.
If you have the opportunity to hold a camera, you probably have an opportunity
Yeah,
to
help her.
maybe, I'm not saying you can save somebody's life, but maybe de-escalate, maybe help just a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just that saving factor and this young woman is still alive.
Right.
But it's like everybody's so caught up on clicks and this fake bullshit persona shit online.
Okay.
And this fake clout and this fake, I don't even know what the fuck it is. I guess it's just clout, really, because it's like you get like 24 hours of clout. Because it gets washed away. It's like you're going to become famous because you catch a clip. your talkable moment for about 24 hours till something else happens.
I mean, and that person should be prosecuted too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I say he gets. I'm not
He
saying
gets the penalty
the
just like
same as
everybody
the
else.
person was
Yeah, I
hitting him.
agree.
Right,
I
for
agree.
sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's
Goddamn,
horrible for
I
her
agree.
parents to see
Yeah.
all that stuff, and then you taking a video, thinking it's funny, posting it, and then leaving the woman there. And
That's some
Mexico.
intent there, guys.
So
Uh-oh.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Hey, look, I'm not a lawyer, but that's not good.
Right.
That's not good, guys, for your case. Like, that's a little bit of intent because if you guys actually gave a fuck, you would have called the police then. Like, I understand
Right.
somebody's gonna get in trouble, but
Right. Or
at
you would've
least now
stopped
you're
it.
now maybe that's de-escalate to manslaughter. Maybe you say it's a fight
Right.
Man.
at this point. But y'all leave and come up with a story.
And then
I
she
mean-
wasn't even fighting back. In
Good
the
God.
video.
Man, listen, all of it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, first off, man, like, if you that bad on outs with a person that you call quote unquote your friend, just don't be friends no more.
Oh my God,
Don't
man.
be friends.
Just
Jay, man.
let it be
Can
what
life
it
be
is.
simpler?
For real, seriously, right? I know.
I thought that's how it was, yo. I didn't
thought
think
so, too.
motherfuckers was doing that.
Ah, fuck it, we not friends.
Right,
No,
right,
we're
right.
not. We're not friends.
Right. It's all
Ashley, I
good.
have a question for you because you were
Yes.
saying something a little bit earlier of like how it's difficult for women to be friends and stay friends when things happen. Unpack that a little bit.
I guess what I was really saying was this: is that I just
And
feel
it's
like
obviously not about this situation.
yeah,
but
absolutely.
just-
I still feel like
Musing.
this. I think women are okay. Misery loves company, and if you're in a certain situation,
Did you see her turn?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
can I finish my thought, please?
I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you speak.
Check this out.
April set up that trap, y'all. She set that trap
But
up.
check this out,
I
though.
wasn't-
Check this
I
out.
went
Check
all the
this
way
out.
left.
No, check this out. I do feel like that when you are like in a position where you guys are the same per se.
Okay.
I think it's very easy for women to be friends. I feel like it could be as simple as a woman could just, I don't know, be happy, be in a career, do something that brings them up a little bit, find a man, get in a happy relationship, do shit like, and then all of a sudden we have problems with our friendship. What?
Okay.
What? Wait, what? Who? And I feel like this happens quite often amongst women. I ain't saying it happens with men too, because I've experienced the shit, but I'm just saying that it happens very prevalently amongst women. And I feel like it always led me to the question is, are females really friends?
Let's talk about that. And if you notice something, Jay got his glasses on today, baby.
We unpacking shit.
I'm not saying I need a persona, but Jay got his glasses on today, baby. Let me take them off so you know it's me. Look, it's me. It's your boy. It's your
What's
boy.
on your mind with
But
this?
let me put it on for a second. So, like, I think that's a good thing to Muse into. Like I'm gonna alter a little bit. Can girls and guys be friends? Truthfully, be friends.
with
girls.
each other?
No, I'm
or-
talking about girls and girls.
Girls.
Oh, girls and girls.
Yeah, I ain't talking about girls and guys.
Ooh.
I'm talking about girls and girls. Are y'all really friends? Because in my opinion, most females I've seen. Yep, and that's why April's here.
All right, so we have a female
Okay,
here,
so
so let's speak on it.
But I'm gonna let y'all give y'all opinion, and then I'll kind of.
Go ahead, guys.
My comment was on girls and guys, but girls and girls. Let me think about this. I'm not sure if I have a strong way. I would say this. I think from what I've seen outside looking in, I feel like a lot of times a girl will pretend outside looking in, pretend to be friends with another female, right? And the act of maintaining some type of look, some type of vibe for outwardly. And I don't think that's reciprocated between males. I don't think males try to be friends with males just to maintain coolness. You know what I'm saying? Not to the same degree. I see females who hate each other but then claim to be friends.
Oh my goodness!
I don't understand it.
really?
That's
Oh
my
man, that's why I
example.
wish I had a sound effect right now.
Yeah, like I seen it, and they be like, "Oh man, I really
Dropping
don't."
these bombs on their ass.
They be like, "I really don't like her," but then like when they meet, they be like, "Oh, what's up, girl? How you
Oh,
doing?"
my
Woo,
God.
woo, 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 woo.
Oh,
and then
Lord.
after they leave, they're like, "Man, I really don't like that girl." Like,
Really?
what? How you don't like her if
Y'all
y'all
are
cool?
crazy.
Oh Lord, can we speak on this?
So I haven't seen it. I see
Thank you,
in
Thomas.
the past, but I have
That's
seen a trend in some females that I know that it's some females have their core friends, of course, that they've been friends for a long time. But then I see a rotating door of friends that, you know what I'm saying, like they could be cool and then they don't fuck with each other no more. I know, and we're comparing male and female. I know with friends that I don't talk to a lot anymore. I don't think we ever fall out, and I think if we saw each other on the street or something, we'd still be cool, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's like I don't fuck with him no more, because unless something detrimental happens, of course.
Of course.
But I don't see that a lot in dudes. I see the rotating door in some females. But I do see that, you know, my wife has friends she's had since she was a kid, you know what I mean? But she does have some friends that she don't fuck with no more.
Right.
You know, she wouldn't fuck with if she saw him in the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I definitely think it's different than male relationships. But I will say that, like, there are women out there are like, they rock for women. Like, they support women, they build with women, they see women as friends and are legit friends. I do think that there is a little bit different of like that messiness that happens, particularly within women groups, of like managing and navigating that relationship of women and women, and like, how do you, if you're too similar or too different, or one's doing one thing and the other's doing another thing. I do think that you can have relationships that are solid, that like push forward and are balanced. And then I do think there's some imbalances that happen, or imbalances that happen with women, for sure.
So you said messiness, though. Like it gets messy. Because I feel like we have similar qualities. And I don't think we get messy at all. Like, we don't try to compete or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm going to take my glasses off because this is like...
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's just competition with women. I do think it is egos. I think egos with women are a little bit different than egos with men, because when y'all are like, and we talked about this a little bit before when we talked about how women can come up to you like a man, like, and say something, and y'all be like, "Oh, bro, like, why are you talking to me that strong?" And I think that's when it like gets messy for men. Is if you talking to another dude real strong, they gonna be like, "Nah, bro, you're not about to come and talk to me crazy."
It depends on what's said.
Yeah, it depends.
And I think it's the same with women, like, where like it can depend on the situation, and not so much as what's said, but maybe the situation of like what they did and like your feelings. Because I do think we lead through our emotional lens first.
Yep.
And then our logic lens second. And I think if y'all are all logic based, it's probably going to be harder for y'all to get messy real quick. But if y'all are all leading through your emotions first, bruh.
You can get messy with men for sure.
No, you can, but I mean, I think it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what do we say about guys who do that, though?
Well.
All right. Okay, everybody defers. Great.
Listen, shout out to the people on Twitch, man. We out here, baby.
Do we call them
They
sassy?
are messy. This is the problem. They are messy.
They're more than sassy. That's another
No,
word. That's
these
another
guys
word.
are messy.
Hold on, for the record, I do not have a word.
For the record, we promote and we love everybody. And their whole messiness.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was really sass. I was thinking about another word.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you know, Ash, if you want to go on the record for the words you want to say,
I don't want to go on the record, but I will say this.
Let's post it. Let's have it go across the screen.
I'm not going to do that. But what I will.
Don DeMarco.
Just press the button.
Down DeMarco. Keep it moving. No, but I do feel like I have to agree with her. That was a great. I do agree, because I feel like that is what happens with females a lot of times, and I feel like we can go deeper into why.
Yeah.
The why is because you guys are life givers.
Yeah.
You guys do a lot of great things in this world, and you balance out the logic, because not everything can be logic based.
Nope.
Correct.
Correct.
Everything's
Let me
balanced
ask you
in this
something,
world. Is that right?
Ashley. Have
Yes.
you ever found yourself being the logic for your wife? Big shout out for that.
Yeah.
And saying, like, being that balance with her when she, because you know all women talk to their man about the girl
I feel like
relationship.
Easy yes.
I feel like I'm like literally the. I mean,
Voice of reason?
I think I'm the voice of reason to not only just females. I think to everyone.
To everyone. Okay.
Yeah, to the world.
But specifically
I'm here to help and bring logic.
He spreads his reason.
Okay,
man.
but
Across the
specifically,
land.
Hold on, wait. You put those glasses on. When you put those glasses
You're
on,
right. I ain't put them back on. Goddamn. But I would say even more specific. I would like to say that yes,
I drop my logic seeds everywhere.
but I do though. I do. I really do. I don't.
But he does.
I think that because and this goes into a deeper symptom.
Okay.
But I do feel like because of the day and age we live in, there's a lot of males who act like, shall I say? But I'm not going to say it. But you guys just have to speculate when I'm fill in the blank. There's a lot of guys who
messy boots.
act on. No, they act on emotion.
They lead with emotion.
I'm not talking about our brothers who choose to date in
Another
preference.
team,
No,
yeah.
no, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about purely guys who just they have no logic and they just be like emotional. Honestly, hey, I'm gonna give you an example. Murder rate, emotional.
Yeah.
You see, any guy who is able to take a person's life quickly without ration and without thought is not a male. They're not. They're acting like little girls.
Okay, look, I don't know if I agree with that statement. I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, yeah, if
statement.
you take their life for I guess for a just cause. I'm talking about when you talk about guys like, yo, you stepped on my shoes, boom, and I blow your brains out.
Yeah, that's not a dude.
That's not really a rational move. That's not like what a logic would
Base,
give you.
yeah.
It's like, hey, he stepped on my shoes. Now you sitting in your jail cell for the next 25 fucking years. You like, you know what? I should have never shot him.
I got a question for y'all. So when y'all are like,
That's called logic.
Yeah.
By the way.
the voice of reason
Yes.
for your significant other or your wives.
Correct.
All of you have wives. So when you are this voice of reason, do you find yourself moved on from that conversation and moved on from that situation? And then when y'all see that said person that your significant other is talking about, do you feel like, oh yeah, that's cool, whatever, we moved on, whatever, and then the wife is still the rah like, nah, I still don't mess with her, da 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 da.
In situations, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine 100%.
It depends. I think it depends.
Mine
for me.
100%.
It
Not
depends.
even a thousand.
Or does it catch you off guard where you're like, why are we still not talking?
Oh, it don't catch me off guard because I just know just how it is.
It'll catch me off guard if it was the opposite.
Oh, okay.
You know what would shock me? If there was a logical response. Bing. But honestly, if there's a logical response, then I would be like, oh, wow. There's some evolution happening here.
You said
Great.
growth.
Gotta love growth.
Okay.
I'm just waiting to
Shout
talk
out to
about my perspective.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
let me
about
hear
it. Let's
your
talk
perspective.
about it, bro.
Nah,
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
You've
We
been
have a
kind of
good
quiet over
conversation.
there. Let's talk about it, Jay.
I'm waiting to put these glasses back on.
Put the glasses back on because you want to talk
No, I
about
can't do it right now. I gotta wait
women
to figure
and
it.
men being friends.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit more of a.
Okay.
Well, I have some strong opinions on that. For me, for females and females being friends, it's hard for me to have a very strong opinion because I'm not actually in those shoes. The most I can show is empathy towards, I'm saying, the person who's going through that, and maybe just outwardly make some good guesses on how I see.
But I do think that you've been really good sounding board when I have had some, run-ins, like some of the messiness that happens in life. And
Of course, everyone got mess.
and
Shout out
you
to
will
April.
definitely do the logic to pull it back in to say, hey, keep this in mind. And this is not that big, the things. And then you're like, okay, I do think that it makes me come off like I'm really, that growth is there, but it's usually a sounding board of yo, let me ask you
Look, and I'm gonna be real with you. This is correct. Everybody's emotion. Everyone has emotions and logic, right? It's not that females don't have any logic.
definitely true.
It's
They
just
have
that-
a lot of logic.
It's just that they have a high intelligence, and emotions as well. They understand logic as well too, but they have a high intelligence and emotion. That's at least what I think. And I think males, I'm not saying they have a bit of intelligence when it comes to logic. So what I'm saying is everyone has both. It's a matter of balance, right? I think sometimes men get emotional. The most logical man can still get emotional. This is real. You just press the right button, they don't get emotional. So I think you need someone around you when you're going through your emotions to make sure are you keeping reason in mind, right? So that might be if you're female, that might be a male friend, or that technically might be another female friend who's just not emotionally reacting to the situation, right?
What about the
Could be
ability to
anybody.
control emotions?
Say it again.
Now that
The
is
ability to control the emotions.
So that's different.
that's a
know
life
what I'm
skill
saying?
that I
Like-
think
It's
everybody
called
needs.
Jedi Let's call these.
Yeah. It is. But I feel like
That's the big flex.
I'm joking, no, but seriously.
no. I mean,
That is a big
like,
flex.
It is a
because
big flex.
I tell my boys all the time, like, don't let nobody see you cry. I do tell them that.
Really?
But
I'm gonna have to disagree
I'm not
with
saying.
you there.
But I'm not saying in certain situations. I'm not saying don't cry. I'm just saying don't break down in tears in front of all these motherfuckers.
Here's my thing though, and
You
this
know what I mean?
we
Now, this
about
is a good one.
We about to step into it.
Let's step into that. 'cause
But
that's a
I'm
good
gonna
conversation.
step into it and go back to mine after we step into this. This is good. My thing is this though, like, because here's the thing. I think it's the time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? I think to a little bit to what you said, I think depending on your situation, you might not be in a moment where you're able to go through the emotion you're feeling at the moment. You might have to put that on pause a little bit and then wait till you get in the spot where you can fully go through those emotions without being distracted from what's going on or distracting from what's going on, right? But generally speaking, if I take a step back, I do think this idea of men not showing any emotions at all times, 24/7, is a fallacy.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that. I think
I
you
don't either.
I don't think that's healthy.
But I'm not
Really.
saying.
Well, men die.
I'm not
earlier
saying
than
don't
females.
show any emotions. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
yeah,
point.
you're saying not show it in front of your enemies, maybe?
Maybe that. Maybe that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or don't show weakness in front of folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying crying is weakness. You know what I'm saying? In a funeral, yeah, fucking cry.
No, but I'm
man.
saying
I
though,
don't- you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
But in certain situations, like if this dude if he stole your toy,
yeah.
what you crying for? You know what I'm saying?
But what does it matter if he cried?
Because I think he should deal with it a different way.
I'm saying, what if he like he stole my toy? He went up and said, "Man, give me back my toy," and then he start crying.
And he start crying after he got the toy back?
Yeah, because he's feeling emotion.
So this is
I'm just asking how you feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about that. I ain't talking
I
about
will.
that.
You know what?
what is your thought?
You know what? I have a thought on this.
Why you
I
could've
hear
got the
this.
toy back, dog? What you crying for?
I actually feel both of you guys, but I'm in the middle, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm in the middle this time for the
Are
first
you
time
always
ever.
in the middle, dog?
Sometimes I'm being extreme. Sometimes I'm being extreme. All right,
Actually, is that the first time ever and Jeremy said you always in the
No,
middle?
I got
Jay
I
ready
got
to be
the
like,
footage. I got the footage.
You got the footage. Okay.
Yo,
Okay, what is
I would
it?
say that I would literally say that. Okay,
Hold on, wait. Who's talking right now? Neo or Ash?
no, this is Neo. I'm
go.
unpacking the Matrix soon, and I'm gonna tell you why you're right.
Let's go.
He's right because at a certain level, you don't want to allow people to know. It's like this: when a kid, if I take that one Yeezy sandal and I take it from you, you start crying.
Yeah.
A little kid will take that Yeezy sandal just to make you cry.
Yo.
Okay.
Do you understand? It's how we and later in life, your boss would do it. Later in life, your mate would do it. Later in life, maybe hell, sometimes your friends would do it just to get a kick, like just to fuck with you. And I feel like at a certain point, you kind of gotta put a guard up on letting the world know what really impacts your emotional response.
Yeah.
Because I do feel
Okay,
like
Machiavelli.
emotional response sometimes can be like having a joystick to a person. If I know what emotional response that you have, I can literally play like I can play like a game of Grand
Now,
Theft Auto.
Manipulation.
I'm with
Okay.
you on that. That's
Correct.
why I said in the beginning it's a time and place for everything.
But
Okay.
then, okay,
So-
but
so
then
what's
on
your
the
other
other
side?
side, on the other side,
What's your other side?
now on my other side,
Okay.
to where I agree with you is that, yeah, when I was a kid, I beat some kids' ass, and then I started crying because I'd be so emotional. I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'd beat the hell out of this
But
kid.
like, but
and I'd be mad. But I'd be so mad I'm crying.
nah, but think about it though. The kid, look, think about the kid that got beat up. You know what I'm saying? He talked some smack, got beat up, and then someone started crying. He don't know what to feel at that point. You know what I'm
Everybody's
saying?
scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Look, if Mike Tyson came here and beat the shit out of us, started crying, I'm like, let me out of here.
Let me jump in.
I promise you, they're not gonna say nothing.
Let me jump in.
I ain't telling nobody, my man.
Ain't nobody say
It's our
Mike
secret.
Tyson.
It's our secret. It's our secret.
I wouldn't say shit.
Okay.
Come on, Abe. Look, come on.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in and say some stuff too.
Let's go.
So I surprisingly agree and disagree. So I would say I definitely agree that
You agree with me?
manipulation.
You agree with me?
She said agree. She said agree and disagree.
Agree and disagree. I definitely think that you have to like make your kids or people or your spouse or whatever, people who are growing into this, aware that people can manipulate your emotions that you
Of course. Of course.
But
Correct.
I also
That's time and
strongly
place.
think,
That's time and place.
and I've done a lot of thought up about this, but also like kind of had a lot of conversations about this and research about this, is that you should feel your feelings.
100%.
And I think that is the basis of being able to move through and truly being emotionally intelligent, is that feeling your feelings.
Yeah.
And there's so many studies on this with disease, is that your feelings can get trapped in your body
Yep.
and
Speak on
trapped
it.
in your cells
Speak on
I
it.
agree.
and actually create like
Speak on it.
disease.
Well, think about it. What's the
Dis-ease,
word?
right.
Yeah. All right. Now,
Speak on it. Hold on. First off,
happened off
pause,
Yes.
pause. You just agree with everything I said.
Wait. I said I agree and disagree.
No, but you didn't disagree with anything I said.
But let me
She
let
said
me
it's okay to have that wall up.
But let me disagree and let me tell you what I disagree.
Because right now,
I
you on my side,
disagree
baby.
that it has to be situation based, of like, oh, like if you're upset about something, you can't cry. I think you should be able to cry whenever you want to cry. Do I think that as you get older, you have to understand the time and the place eventually, or like not even necessarily time and place, but how to regulate yourself where you can express that feeling without having maybe a reaction that may show everybody a weakness or perceived weakness because of manipulation? Check. But do I think that you should be able to like learn, like, because sometimes it's like it starts off as a cry, right? Like you're upset and you don't know what the emotion is, so you're crying, right?
Okay.
But once you start to like teach yourself what emotions are, like, is it fear? Is it anger? Is it sadness? Is it happiness? Is it joy? Is it, depression? Whatever it is, when you teach yourself the feelings that you're feeling, you can teach yourself how like best express that feeling or to change that feeling in the moment to present for the situation. But I do think
time and place.
you should be able to express it. Okay, I see what you're saying. But I do think you should be able to fully express it because it needs to move through your body. And
I agree.
think even if you look at like base feelings of sadness but like truly what it leads to is grief, right?
Yeah.
And whatever it is, like that you can't have what you wanted or you lost something that you needed, all of the things. Like, if you learn how to move through those as kids and say that this is okay for me to feel this and I have to feel these feelings so I can push them all through and move on, I think that is like the big flex for kids to learn how to deal with that. Because when they get adults, you don't have this stoppage. And what you see a lot in relationships are stoppages, you're not really feeling these feelings. You're upset, you're disappointed, there's shame, there's anger, there's sadness, and you're not really expressing those. And then they stop and the other person may not be expressing them in the same way.
Okay.
And you get this, like, you can't move past these roadblocks.
No, I hear you. I mean, listen, what you're saying is, I feel like it's totally agreeing with what I'm saying. I feel like what you said, I mean, there was some slight nuance, but I feel like it was on the same page. But I think
we agree.
Yeah, we agree. I think most of us agree for the most part.
I think we all kind of agree.
I think there's slight nuance between what we're saying, but most of us
I'm just
agree.
saying, if you want to cry after you got slapped or something or got into a fight, just wait till you get by yourself. And
But let me ask
let it out. I don't care.
But let me ask you this.
Don't show that to your potential enemy or your enemy. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. Because let's jump into like men with emotions, right? Is it okay to cry in front of your friends?
Yeah, I think so.
On something sad or like what?
She's just staring at me like, bro.
I think so. Hey, homeboys, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm going through a hard time and I cry in front of you guys, I think I'll be. But I'm not crying. I'm not going to be in a bar talking to y'all and crying.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
In front of other people.
Interesting.
I honestly, and I'm not trying to go all sappy here, but I will say that I felt that way until like my father. Then I was like, it'd be weird. Now I'm pretty tough cookie, and the thing is that it was still like one of those things where like when it was fresh to me, it was kind of like a person could say something and it maybe something might just go, it'll trigger me. Yeah. But do I feel comfortable crying in front of people? Yeah, not masses, but definitely.
We're talking about friends.
Yeah,
friends.
But then friends are subjective sometimes, like, and I don't want. That's another. I mean, but we're musing. So the thing is that like when you talk about friends, it's like but it's like you just want to you know, yeah, like if something like traumatic happened to me right now, you guys want to see me cry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Or see me frantic or whatever. Yeah. And like whatever the case is, like, yes, that's what friends are for. Mm-hmm. We're here to support. And honestly, I noticed that a lot of times, like, I've had buddies, you know, who've dealt with grief or death or whatever. And it's like, you know, they'll be tough, but then it might be something. And then they might just start crying. Now, us guys, our response say like, oh, no, we be like,
are you good?
We okay, good, man. We're gonna be all right. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? Let's go grab.
We ain't all gonna have a cry fest together.
No, but let's go grab.
This is the problem. I think that the biggest
Wait,
flex,
is it okay to have cry fest together?
Yeah, because I think the biggest flex.
Now I don't know about that. That's sassy.
Is it okay?
The biggest flex for real with emotions.
A little sassy.
Is that okay?
Is to not let them define you. Like, so someone said you cried. Whoopie do. Like, if you cried, you got the feelings out, you are better off.
But let me ask you this, April. If you walk in a room and 3 guys are crying together.
Like, man, them girls is not. They leaving. They
I would
leaving,
be like, what
bro.
happened? What's going on?
No, they're leaving, bro. They're leaving, bro.
If you were doing this
do not let April be nice. No, she is leaving.
If you were doing this every day,
she texting her Uber and then she'll come in the back.
Like, y'all were crying yesterday, and I got crying again today.
If it's every day, then I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe we need to have a different type of conversation.
Wait.
I'm crying right now laughing.
How many days is it like? Put like this.
April's calling the Uber immediately. April, you're calling them.
I'll say like this: if I'm
calling the Uber immediately.
How long is this? Wait, how long is this?
You're getting the fuck out of there.
If I'm with a dude and he's always crying with his friends, I'm gonna say, okay, something
this is weird.
Don't seem right. You know, like maybe we need.
Hell, I'm a man. I'm like, that's fucking weird. I'm calling the Uber too, April. I'm like you know what? Let me go ahead and get the fuck out of here.
Listen, if he stubbed his toe and he starts crying, then I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe.
But I'm saying, what if he like stub his toe? He start crying. He said, "Hold on, baby." Call his friends. And he cried on the phone with his friends
about stubbing his toe.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be with them. Like, I mean, obviously that's not gonna. What are you saying? This is crazy. But
you ain't gonna believe.
But if he has a real,
I was walking and I hit the coffee table. I had no shoes on, dog.
Nah, you might cry on
y'all
empty.
are nuts. Y'all are crazy.
I feel you too,
if
bro.
he has like some real things that he's working through, like maybe he has some childhood trauma, maybe he has some like situations like that is something that's real.
I gotta bounce the question.
Let's go.
And the question would be: is this literally? Are you? Women tell you to do that shit, right?
What?
But do they like lose
do
a
they
little
want
bit of
it?
respect?
No, do they really want it? I'm with you.
Okay, that's a
Do
fair
you really
question.
want an emotional guy?
Hell no.
Or a guy in touch with his emotions?
I definitely
I'm
want
gonna
a
answer
guy
for him.
who
Nope.
is in touch with their emotions.
What does that mean?
And I want a guy who like can feel the empathy, who
Okay.
can see something that like can express and move through their feelings.
You don't want no crybaby.
I don't want a crybaby, but I'm not saying emotional guy. I'm saying I want a guy who's in touch with their feelings and emotions, and like know how to express them.
But I feel like that's strength.
It is because you know what, like y'all go to the
That's that
weeping and y'all go to the sadness, but the other flex on those things, not flex, but like the other flip side of it is anger. I don't want somebody who like don't know how to manage their anger.
No, 100%. No, like
And like don't know how to
That's
manage
facts.
their emotions, right? Like that is the danger. So
Yeah,
like
manic-
if I would I rather have somebody who cried a little bit more than they were angry? Heck yeah.
Oh, 100%.
But
I feel
wait.
that.
Of course. Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if I'm gonna be like, okay, I have to walk in the house and he may be crying, or I have to walk in the house and he may be throwing stuff because he's angry.
But
Yeah.
I have another question.
But you know what the sad part is? I feel like, and I don't know why I'm pointing at you. I apologize. The sad part is that I feel like women would stay with a man that's angry all the time more than if a man was sad.
100%.
You know what I mean?
think that women. Okay, I think that
I feel like
there's a moment.
they attribute it to being manly. Pause. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. I think that like right now there's people are going to therapy more than they ever have before, and people are getting more in touch with like understanding some of this stuff way more than they were before. So I think that you have some of that residual manly man stuff and macho stuff, and that you can't do these things and you can't have these emotions. And I think that right now there's a moment, there's an opening, and I think that parents are teaching their kids differently, like of how to heal their generational trauma. Like they're teaching their kids differently of how to manage their emotions and how to experience their emotions. So I think that that's true. would you say like 10 years ago in relationships that like if a man came home and he was crying and stuff, like would women probably be like, yeah, well, I can't deal with this? Yes. Would I say that people would do that today? For sure. But do I think that like in general, I think that there has been like this open space in people's minds about like how moving through emotions. And it depends on where you are in the country too, though.
Yeah, that's true. Too.
Yeah, don't listen to that. No,
or in the world,
any guy, do not listen to that shit. If you're at home crying, you're gonna lose your woman. I promise you. I'm gonna put money on this shit. I'm gonna put money on this shit. I will double down my.
Hold on. Let's
I think that's a great point to use on because like I have a friend who actually left their significant other because the man couldn't get in touch with their emotions and couldn't express anything.
Okay.
And you don't want to be with somebody who can't express their emotions, good, bad, or indifferent. Like you need to know they know what they're feeling. Yeah. That's not cool. That's not a
that curling up and crying shit. Like, come on, man. Women do not want to see that shit.
Hold on.
You're supposed to be a man. Hold on. You're supposed to be a leader.
Listen.
We dealing with extremes. So let's dial it back.
Yeah.
Dial it in for a second. Because we're dealing with two extremes. One extreme is like
supposed to be a leader.
Hold on, wait.
Imagine the president get on TV crying. He'd be like, "Oh, we're fucked."
Hold on.
What we gonna do?
John Boehner.
No, I said the president. The president.
I know, but he was like in the Senate. He was like crying all the time.
Hold on, wait. Because I think we're dealing with extremes, right? I think you got one extreme of a man. She walk in, or April walked in and saw us crying in a huddle. Yeah, all right, that's an extreme. But I think there's a level of a man expressing himself. You know what I'm saying? And here's my thing. I'm gonna say this as a disclaimer. I don't agree with the notion that a man has to express himself 24/7 to make the woman feel like some type of connection. I think that's
bullshit.
Makes sense. But I would say this
100% of the time, no.
Hold on, but I would say this. I will say that I do think it is important for a man to go through his emotions, not for his significant other. I don't think that matters.
For your partner.
For yourself.
So, for yourself.
Well,
Because
I feel like
it's health.
Yes. I feel like if you need somebody to talk to, go to a therapist or talk to your homies. Do not talk to your significant other.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
What are you talking about?
I would not say that.
Erase that part.
Actually, I gotta get off this bus with Jump.
Now you on the bus.
Get on the bus. What are we doing?
I'm gonna pull the cord on this motherfucker.
What are we doing?
We need to have a public service announcement.
Hey, Thomas said, "Baby, I love you."
Please express
Baby, I love you.
how you feel to your significant other. If you want to stay in your relationships, please express how you feel to your significant other.
Please do. Please listen.
Oh, that's great.
Here's my thing. This is what I'm saying. Okay, my thing is this. If you,
I'm staying on that shit. You hear me?
That shit. Nothing you
Got
got going on.
I'm telling you.
my thing is this. Who you marry, who you decide to.
That's that Neo right there.
Oh, facts. Big Neo. He in the make.
I know. We need to take
He came out the
Matrix.
Matrix.
We need to take those glasses off.
Okay, I'll come out.
We need Ashley to come back
They're
out.
too strong. They're too strong. I would say
Don't
this.
tell her nothing.
When you're in, but on a real note, if when you're in a relationship, or pause, if you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship with someone who's a life partner, right? Either or, you have to understand who you with is who you with. So if you're not sharing stuff to that person,
why
you know
are you with them?
Yeah, well, like to a certain degree, you gonna be the reason why like it don't work out.
Life circumstances.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this. Just like there's a time and place for everything, I'm gonna be real with you. You always have to be very conscious what you're saying at the moment you're saying it with your significant other. So if you're like, I'm gonna give you an easy example. If your girl or your wife, whoever asks you, do I look fat in this? Like, that's a trap. You know what I mean? Like, that's a trap. So
podcast right there.
you might, that's a whole different podcast. You might want to think about.
Not necessarily.
Are you saying-
No,
I agree with you.
I'm
there.
saying-
I agree with
No,
you.
but this is
there.
no, wait.
Hold on,
Hold on, wait. I'm saying this is an easy example of a situation where you might want to think about your response and not confide 100% transparency is what I'm saying.
So it's like that little Instagram post where the guy who was like, his wife said, "Hey, baby, would you love me if I got really fat?" And he was like, "Of course." And then the little boy's like, but Mom, you're already fat.
Oh, I love kids.
And then like the dad
Shout out
was
to
like,
kids.
whoa,
Shout out to kids. The only honest people on this whole fucking earth.
Hey, listen. The dad shook the kids,
All right,
shook the
backslash.
kid's hand like this. He was like, "Congratulations."
No, he spit his drink.
My love is proven.
He was like about to like.
Ladies up, Flipper.
We got to talk about that men and women being friends. Though,
Let's
in the
talk about
next
that.
segment. We hop
Yeah,
off this
yeah.
and talk
All
about the next
right, so
segment.
we're gonna wind down this segment. For those of you who's tuning into Twitch, we're just gonna stop the live for a little bit, and then we'll jump straight back on. You'll see us pop back on. We'll do probably another post on Instagram, social media stuff, so you guys know we're jumping on. And those of you who's tuning into our podcast on
Spotify,
Apple Music.
and
YouTube.
watching us on
YouTube.
then you know that, well, if you're on YouTube watching us, that means that you only caught this segment. So if you want to listen to the rest or watch the rest, you probably need to either be tuning in on Twitch when it aired or go to Apple or Spotify and listen to it. So we're going to wind it down and we'll jump back for the second segment and talk about something else.
Yes.
All right, we'll be
Do
back.
it.
Peace.